Obviously, BYU game rivalry. What is the approach of first your coach, but you're very familiar with the rivalry. A lot of these guys maybe don't have an experience. What changes outside of just your day-to-day approach?
You know, well, I don't think the day-to-day approach. I think for us as coaches stays the same. Try to get it across to them the rivalry. Utah BYU is different than like we taught Weber State. That is the biggest game on their schedule. I don't think they were ready for it. A lot of new guys that haven't experienced the rivalry, so we have a few guys returning, but I don't think they necessarily, until you go through it, I don't think you understandably get it. But I'm just trying to get the point across to them. Great opportunity for them, like to play a team as good as BYU and play the players they have. It's like that's why you play basketball, for opportunities like this.
Yeah, you mentioned BYU's a top 10 team right now. Lottery pick and AJ DeBonsa. When you're facing a team of that caliber, Arizona as well, what does it maybe uncover or tell you about your squad?
Well, I think it shows the things we need to get better on, and especially moving forward in the Big 12, because it doesn't get easier. But just like Arizona, I mean, I think we did all right, but like it's just an opportunity. You have the number one team coming in, relish it. Like we're lucky we play in a good conference, but have BYU coming, as good of a team they are. Like that's why you play. Like you rather play the best than not the best. So it'll give us a good barometer of where we're at and what we need to get better on. Hopefully we don't take a step back. That's the big message.
You obviously had plenty of chances to play against BYU. Are there any kind of favorite memories for you going up against them?
No. Always the good memories are always winning, right? And I just told our guys there's nothing like after a game playing hard and beating a team. Like there's no better feeling like that. BYU being the rival just kind of amplifies a little bit of everything. So I think we'll be ready, but it's, again, great opportunity, and I don't want us to lose it and look back and say we didn't play hard or we didn't do this or that.
Is there kind of a message you have for the crowd? Because, I mean, last week against Arizona was probably the biggest crowd we saw all season. Obviously, there should be a pretty big one for this game, but any kind of message you have for the crowd?
No, the message is always love, to come out and see it. And, I'll be honest, I haven't been back for a long time, and it's kind of, I know what this place has been. It's kind of discouraging that we didn't have, it was the biggest crowd, but it wasn't full for the number one team in the country. A lot of that's on us to win, but I would just tell the crowd that we're building something here. I don't know how it's going to continue to get better and better, but that's our goal, is to get back to where this place has been for 50 years.
A lot of the focus obviously is going to be on DeBonsa for BYU, but they've got three guys averaging more than 17 points per game. How does that jive with your guys' approach and your personnel trying to stop that type of balance offense?
With DeBonsa, obviously it's not they're deep. It's not just about him.
Right.
But I think just like whoever we start on DeBonsa, it's five guys that could be guarding him, even though if you're not on him when he has the ball, and we try to take away their strengths, and it's hard when a team like that, because there's more than one strength. So, but no, I think it's kind of the same message, but we can't let them get going. We can't start a game like we did last time, 11-1. BYU is too good to play the next 38 minutes trying to come back from that deficit.
It's not just BYU, it's I think 5 or 6 straight games against opponents in the Big 12 that are 11-4 better. And you're in the middle of a gauntlet like that. Not that the whole Big 12 slate isn't, but when you're in the middle of it with these 5 games, what's the approach?
And I've been fortunate because I've been taught, like, I've never looked much past the next game. And the Big 12 is a beast. Like, it doesn't get easier. And I kind of just use that in my message to my guys about it's kind of we got to get better. We're better than I think we are. And again, if we get better, we'll put ourselves in a chance to. I think we have a lot of these games we have a chance to win.
Where do you feel this team is in your install process? Right, you're still trying to get a lot of your offense, I'm sure, and your imprint on this team. Where do you feel like these guys are in that process?
No, I think they're progressing. I think we've taken a few steps back. We added Lucas this week, so that kind of throws a twist into the process, but it is part of the process. But no, just trying to build any program, whether it's professional, well, I was going to say college is professional, but the NBA or college is like what we do this year will build for the next year. Like when I played here, like the foundation had been set from the team for decades before, and that's kind of been lost in the last decade or so. So that's kind of what we're doing now.
Speaking about Lucas, obviously just getting with the team this week, is there any kind of hope or timeline going into this when you might be able to get him on the court?
Yeah, no, I think again, it's hard because, he's still jet lagged, and, there's a transition period, and, there's not a lot of expectations, but we're not gonna rush him, but kind of see how he feels after practice today and tomorrow, and he might, I'm not gonna throw him in the game for 30 minutes, but he's been cleared, and so we're gonna bring him along slowly, what's best for him.
If you have one player that you may throw at a top 10 lottery type player on the wing, who's best equipped for that right now?
It's a good question, because I think AJ is good enough where we'll probably have to throw multiple guys at him. And like I said, it's not going to necessarily be the guy on him, but it's going to be a team effort to slow him down and make it difficult for him.
So how much do you know about the BYU rivalry? Obviously, I think Keanu's probably the only one on this team who's played against him, but how much do you know about him?
I just know it's called the Holy War. I don't know a lot about it, honestly, because obviously they were late to the Big 12 merger when I was at West Virginia, so I didn't really get to experience playing either team, let alone know the rivalry, but I love rivalry games. Always look forward to those. There's going to be a really special environment, so yeah.
Has KD been able to give you any kind of information on this one?
Just that it's going to be a dogfight. The refs might hold the whistle a little bit, let us kind of duke it out a little bit, and I'm excited for that, but nothing too specific, just stay in our identity and keep playing us. So,
have you, when Utah's been playing BYU in any other sports, have you been able to kind of go to some of those games while you've been here?
Honestly, no. I think the only one I went to was a women's soccer game, and we ended up losing that one, but I didn't really get to go to the football game. I was busy, I couldn't go to that one, but I watched it a little bit on the TV. So.
Just overall, how do you feel like this team, the progression's kind of going with these guys, with the chemistry, with everything right now?
I think it's going well. We're doing a good job merging. We have enough to be really special. I think we just need to clean up some little mistakes that are keeping us from reaching our truest potential. We kind of came out to a slow start last game, and it's kind of difficult to win a game when you start the game with a 10-point deficit in 3 minutes. But we definitely have enough, and we just need to keep chipping away, just get better every day, and I think we have enough to get it done.
In this game, you're going to get the chance to go against a guy who's a lottery pick in AJ DeBenza. Just for you, what's that opportunity to be knowing that there's going to be some more, eyes on this game?
Just exciting. I don't think it changes our approach. We still do scout report. We still take every moment, lock in every moment that we can, but you don't really get to play against a lottery pick every day, so that's exciting. And I just hope that our team scheme is good enough so we can shut down the entire team, come out with a win. So,
obviously, with somebody like that, not going to be one of those scenes where you necessarily just have one-on-one against him. How do you kind of scheme for somebody like that?
Without saying too much, just make sure everybody's on the same team scheme. They've got 5, we've got 5. He's a pretty good offensive player. Make sure we're all adjusted to limiting their team offense when he's in the game and executing properly when he's out the game. Just playing together, being a team together, and just locking in through 1 through 5, and everybody on the bench on the same page, or the staff on the same page. I think that's all it takes. So.
And last question, just want to ask you about some of the couple of the younger guys, how they're coming. We've got a chance to see Kendall play a lot this year. And recently you've also got Eby that's been able to get on the court a little bit finally. Just kind of what have you seen from those two?
Yeah, Kendall's come leaps and bounds from a mindset standpoint of coming in thinking he was a redshirt and then not redshirting and being a really pivotal part of our team. He gives us great lateral quickness on the 4 position. He can spread the floor. He's a pretty good rebounder. He plays hard. He's a good kid. Eby's one of the most physical redshirt freshmen I think I've ever seen in my life, and they both come leaps and bounds. I think just continuing to have a professional demeanor about them will really help them in their careers, and yeah, sky's the limit for them too. And Abby as well, he's come in as like a backup point guard ball carrier, and he's got good demeanor, makes good decisions, and the sky's the limit for all three of them. So.
I guess just kind of what are your thoughts about being able to play against BYU? You're the only one on this team that remembers playing. You got a couple games last year. What do you remember about that?
I just remember the end of the game I got put in. I missed a free throw, and I guarded the guard full court, and then he missed a half court, so we ended up winning that game.
Have you been kind of like the go-to for everybody who's like asking, hey, how big of a rivalry is this?
Yeah, I mean, I could tell them as much as I can, but it's not really something you can put into words until you're actually in the environment and experience it for yourself.
Having grown up in Utah a little bit, I'm guessing you probably came to a few BYU games.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Were there any favorite memories kind of growing up?
Not off the top of my head, but I think just the environment leading up to the game, and just like, if it was football that whole week leading up to it, or if it was basketball, a few days prior up to it. So not specific, but just, leading up to the game, just the excitement for it.
How do you just feel like this team is kind of gelling together right now?
Yeah.
Just progressing. I mean, a few losses have kind of built up, but I think if you look underneath all that, there's also some progression that's going along with it.
Yeah. No, I think we're coming together very well. Obviously, we lost our first two conference games, whatever, last however many games. Like you said, each game there's a takeaway, and I believe that everything will come together at the right time.
There's been some opportunities to see guys like Kendall and Evie, especially down low, get some opportunities.
Yeah.
Just what have you been able to see, especially from those two guys?
I see a lot. I see how much work they put in, how much they care about basketball, how much they want to be out there, and for them to have the opportunity and take advantage of the opportunity is good to see.
In tomorrow's game, this will be your first chance to go against AJ Devanza, and then Richie Saunders and Rob Roberts as well. Just when you look at BYU and kind of what they've got, just kind of what stands out to you about
Just as a basketball fan, like, to be honest, they got a good team, they got good pieces. So I just think everyone on our team knows how much of an opportunity is coming in for individual matchup and team success as well. Yeah.